Hello everyone, welcome back to Atreyu Crochet. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you how to make this beautiful scarf. I got a request from one of you guys to demonstrate how to make the link double crochet. And so I said, why don't I make a scarf using that stitch? Kill two birds with one stone. So hopefully you guys will enjoy today's tutorial. And especially you, the one who requested this stitch tutorial. Let's get started. Things you will need include a cake of yarn. This is Ferris wheel. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Don't worry, I'm not going to demonstrate with this yarn because I know you guys are going to complain. I can't see what's going on. I feel like some of you don't even really try to see. You just, as soon as you see it's not a light color, you complain. But anyway, you'll need a cake of yarn. You'll need a pair of scissors. This yarn calls for a 5mm US crochet hook. I'm using a 5.75mm, a little bit larger because of my tension. And you'll need a darning weaving tapestry needle. Let's get started. So we are going to start out with the lovely slip knot. Take your yarn, wrap it around your finger, twist, exchange. Now wrap this one around your finger in that direction. Pull this one over that one and off your finger while lifting up on the loop that's still on your finger. Insert your crochet hook into the loop and then pull to tighten. So the multiple for the scarf is whatever number of stitches you want. I love these types of patterns. Yeah, however wide you want your scarf to be, you should chain that number of chains. So I'm going to see what I'm feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, I forgot, this is demonstration, it's just a swatch. So I'll stop at 11 since this isn't going to be my actual scarf. Remember, I'm using the other cake. All right, so I chained 11. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the second chain from the hook. So here's the hook, here's the first chain from the hook. Here's the second one right there. We're going to go in there and start our crochet hook, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through to the front. We call that pulling up a loop. So I skip the first one, go into the second one, and then I yarn over and pull through to the front. I just pulled up a loop. Now I'm going to go to the next chain, which is this one. Okay, that's the third chain technically. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in there, yarn over, and pull through to the front. So now I have 3 loops on my crochet hook. Now I'm going to treat this like any other double crochet. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So let's do it. Yarn over, go through the first 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then repeat that. Yarn over and go through the final 2 stitches, 1, 2. What you're going to notice is this strand right there. It's kind of at a diagonal. That's where we're going to go in and pull up a loop to create the next double crochet. So we're going to go right in there and just like that, yarn over, pull through. Okay, remember, to make a double crochet we need 3 loops on our crochet hook. So now we're going to go into the next chain, which is there. Insert your crochet hook, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Now we have our 3, and now we can complete this double crochet. So yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So I'll yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. By the way, that's the loop that I'm going to go into next to start the next double crochet. Just keep that in mind. In fact, I'll leave that there. And then yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. See it right there? All right. So now we'll start the next double crochet. Go into that one. I'll take this out now. Yarn over, pull up a loop. And now we go down to the next chain, which is there. Just insert, yarn over, pull through. Now we have our 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. When you do that, remember that right there creates the next loop that we're going to go into to make the next double crochet, and then yarn over, go through 2. And then right where that stitch marker is, we'll go right in there to start the next one. Yarn over, pull through to the front. And now we go down to the next chain. Yarn over, pull through for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2. Once again, this loop is the one we're going to use to start the next one after we finish this one. And then yarn over, go through 2. Now we go in there. Okay? And we just keep doing this in each of the chains. After a while, you beginners will be able to easily identify that loop right there, and you won't need to put darning weaving tapestry needle in there. It's right there. Okay? Pull up a loop, go into the chain, pull up a loop. Now you have your 3 loops. Now we yarn over, go through 2. That's the loop, and then yarn over, go through 2. And then it's kind of parallel to the top of the stitch. So you see that one? Just go down to the next one that's parallel to that, which is there, and then you start the next one. And that's all that this is. This kind of reminds me of the starburst stitch, because you're kind of using the loops of the previously made stitch to create the next stitch. Remember the eye, leg, foot, step 1, step 2 that I usually teach when I teach the starburst. This is like a simplified version of that. Okay, and yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And this is what you have, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to show you how to start and complete the next row, and then you'll just repeat the next row from here on out. So we'll chain 2, 1, 2, and then we will turn our work. I'll be right back. So this chain 2 that we just made will not count as a stitch. However, we are going to use it to build the double crochet that we're going to make in this very first stitch there. Okay, so we are going to skip the first stitch and go into the second one, the second chain, technically the first chain that we made, and we'll yarn over and pull up a loop, pull through to the front. And now we're going to turn our work. So normally you would just go into the top of the entire stitch, the whole top right there, right? And pull up a loop, and then you'll have your 3 loops, and you would finish off your double crochet. But with this pattern, you guys know I like to change things up. I am going to only crochet into that back loop there. So we have the front loop, which is there, and the back loop, which is there, and obviously the entire top. We're going to crochet only into the back loop. That's where we're going to pull up a loop. Okay? So I'm going to go in there and then yarn over and pull through to the front for my 3 loops. Now I can finish off my double crochet by yarning over and going through 2 twice. So yarn over, go through 2. Remember, this loop right here is the next one that we're going to go into to start the next double crochet, and then yarn over, go through 2. And then you can just go right into it like that. Yarn over, pull through to the front, and then this is the first stitch, or technically the last stitch of the previous row that we crocheted into. Now we're going to go into the next one, but we're only going to go into the back loop. Pull up a loop, and then yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Remember, an easy way is find the top and then find the parallel strand below. This right here isn't parallel to that, no. But this one down here, they're going in the same direction. That's the parallel one. So we'll go into that. That and that are parallel. So that's the one we're going to go into. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but I just want to make sure you got it. And then you can clearly see that this was the last stitch that we crocheted into there. All right? So we want the next one, which is there. So we'll go right in there. Yarn over, pull through to the front. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. And then we'll just continue in that fashion, okay? So what this is going to create, you guys, is a ribbing effect. Whenever you're crocheting into the back loop of a stitch, every row, you get a ribbing effect. So you'll get this beautiful design here, okay? So See how those stitches kind of sit back? They sit in the back there. It's because I was crocheting into the back loop, okay? So I'm gonna do this with the yarn that I have, but this is the pattern, this is it. So I'll check back in when it's time to finish. So I have crocheted my beautiful scarf. Look at this wonderful colorway. Isn't this so fall? Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. So let me show you how to finish this off. So once you get it as long as you want, then you're going to chain 1, you'll cut your yarn, you'll fasten off, and then you will feed the yarn through the darning weaving tapestry needle. And then we're going to go through some nearby stitches in one direction. Pull through. And then we'll take a slightly different path going back in the opposite direction. And then pull through. Make sure you don't pull too tight because you don't want to distort your work. If you do pull too tight, then just kind of stretch it back to its original shape. And now we will carefully, without cutting our work, cut the yarn. And that's how you weave in your tail. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so weave in the second tail, and then I'll show you the video zoomed. Then I'll show you the scarf zoomed out. All right, so this is the scarf. You should see the measurements displayed now. And FYI, this is the same cake, the same ball, so I have this much left. So with these measurements, you will be able to achieve this length and width if you have my same intention and if you use the same size crochet hook. If you want yours longer or wider or longer and wider, then you might still be able to do it with one skein. But if you're worried about it, you know, feel free to pick up 2. I'll leave a link to this if I can find it in the description box. So yeah, things to note. This gradient is amazing. I love this colorway, right? It's just incredible. And I know it's maybe a little bit harder to like see or appreciate the pattern, but it's clearly there. And the color changes so gradually that you really can still appreciate the pattern. I made a video talking about how to choose the right color for the pattern that you're making. You always want to take into account whether or not the colorway is so busy that you won't be able to notice the pattern. But I think because this colorway is gradual, you can still appreciate the pattern, okay? Let me remind you, for you beginners, if you're not seeing it right now, this is the pattern, right? This is the pattern for this linked double crochet that I happen to crochet into the backs of the stitches. This is what it looks like. So you have this pattern built into this beautiful colorway. And for each section where it has not changed, you can really see the pattern, okay? So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you want to see more scarves from me, then check out the playlist above. And if you like this video and want to see more content from me in general, then consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy crocheting!